Well, hello again. Yes, this is Sandi Ballard back again, and so are you. I'm your host for this Monday Motivation Podcast, No More Excuses. And, wow, if you have not connected with me, please do so. LinkedIn, I just had someone from Michigan LinkedIn, so hello. Instagram, Taskmaster Sandi, which I'm still kind of getting used to and remembering to post there. Facebook, my Growing Forward Success Coaching business page, and Twitter, SLBallard13. And thank you again for sharing, all of you who share, and please continue to do so. Appreciate it. And if you're not sharing, if you're listening and not sharing, why? What's going on? Please do. So I always love to hear where you're listening from and how you found me. So as you do connect with me, please let me know where you are. So what a week. Wasn't that a great article I posted last week, last Wednesday? I totally forgot to look up the guy's name before I started recording. But if you are not connected with me, or if you are, it's the article I posted last Wednesday in all the social media outlets. In his article, the guy stated, when I talked about to-do lists and the importance of them and how they keep you focused and organized, he posed the question, I guess, again, attempting to discourage the importance of, or discount the importance of to-do lists. He said, do you really think Bill Gates and Richard Branson make lists, saying that all the super, guys or people out there don't make lists, they just do? Well, I found this article from Sir Richard Branson himself answering and saying, why, yes, thank you, I do make lists. And Virgin wouldn't be where it is today without them. So, why aren't you making lists? And why aren't you allowing this so easy thing to help you stay focused? And in this guy's article, the one he talked about how only 41% of people make lists, and how it's such a high stressor for people because, oh my God, I don't get anything done, and that stresses them out. No. It helps keep you focused, and it's just how you're making the lists and what you're doing with that list. And again, they're good reminders, because otherwise, a lot of times you end up spending your time going, oh shit, I forgot to do, or oh shit, I needed to call. So anyway, if you missed that article, go back and find it. Go back and listen to last week's podcast, number 79. And so what was on your never-ending, if I had 4 of me, more hours in the day, found time list? Well, I have lots of clients do that, but one client recently gave me his, and before we had met for the next coaching session, he had knocked out 2 of them, one personal and one professional. It was a matter of stop thinking and just do, right? My favorite thing, just do it. But you spend so much time wondering, what to do. Should I? I should, how? That you just don't. So this client, once he wrote it down and looked at it, he was like, okay, I can do this. It made it real. Again, it's like writing down your goals. So, get that found time list and look at them and say, how can I? And one item actually became a moneymaker, right? So, what would be or is on your to-do or your found time list that could be a moneymaker? He just had to stop looking at what needed to be done and do it. And stop wondering how. So now he's excited and about both things. And one, the personal item is a family trip. And I always promote family time, checking out time, kind of regrouping, making sure that you're participating in life at 100%. And sure, as you get caught up in the hamster wheel, you got to take a break to rejuvenate, even if it's taking a day off work, doing nothing, doing something fun, thinking about your life, your career, and big picture. And yes, after buckling down and getting your shit together, the last few weeks, probably months, maybe always, of these podcasts, of hearing me say, get off your ass and do. let's talk about pausing and thinking. All right? We've got to, see about how we're going to, keep moving and acting and, like I said, participating in life at 100%. I talk about this a lot with clients, primarily women, because women tend to not put themselves first, and it really makes their head itch when I talk about putting yourself first. Because if they aren't running at 100%, if you aren't at 100%, how are you showing up for your clients, your customers, your coworkers, your family, right? How are you doing that? I have referred to a client in a recent podcast who, over the summer, she goes to her lake house and she works a little, plays a lot. Her main goal with that is to rejuvenate, brainstorm, dream, create, relax, spend time with the family. And she really focuses on her daughter, or this last summer she focused on her daughter, who is a senior in high school and is going to be taken off for college. So she really wanted to make sure she connected with her. She gets herself back into a good place, just basically resets. Now, not everyone has the luxury of going to a lake house for a couple months. It can be just a day. So yeah, those of you who are listening that are like, I take vacations all the time. You do the typical spring break, summer break, fall break, Christmas break vacations. And those of you overseas, you guys do a fantastic job of taking your time off. Americans, we tend to only, we take the 2 weeks type thing. But there are those of you, I know I have friends that are always going to Disney and places with their kids. And then there's those of you who don't. I can say I'm probably a bad one. But I have one client who has only taken time away from her business for conferences. Yes. And then she had to take time off recently, almost a year ago actually, to have a baby. Whew. Talk about a game changer. Life changer, right? So even for you regular vacation takers, are you really resetting and rejuvenating? Are you really taking time for you to think, dream, relax, and reset? And then that leads me to what I want to know this week. Yes, last week was about getting your list and your found time list. And when I had that one client plan a long weekend family trip, that got me thinking about this. It's like, how do you reset? Even if it's taking a day off, playing hooky for one day, what do you do, or have you done, or used to do? So as I was writing this, I looked around my office, and I started looking I have some of my black and white photographs hanging up. I used to take photos. I used to go out by myself in the winter or wherever I was, if I was out of town. And the one picture I was looking at was from Arcadia, and then the other one was from New Orleans. And I love just going out, taking my camera, and just the peace and quiet, and just taking a day for me. And, my camera got old. I got frustrated with it. And so I think I allowed that just to slide. That was my excuse to not, I guess. So what is it? Could be something you used to do that you're like, that used to make me feel so good and it was my time. All right? Maybe it's going to the beach. Maybe some sort of water, like my friend or my client, she is a friend, who has a beach house. Maybe it's you go hiking, you go paddle boarding. Whatever you do, you could just meditate. But what do you do for you? How do you reset? Maybe if you travel a lot, or so you're alone a lot, you're away from your family a lot, it is a family vacation because you want to reconnect with them and you want to have people around. And then there's, on the other hand, maybe if you're talking a lot or constantly around people, you want the solitude, you want the quiet and, the peace and quiet. So tell me, email me, sballard@growingforward.biz, or post here in the comment section wherever you're catching this. Tell me, if you don't do something like that to reset, why not? And that's your challenge, is to start doing it. Put it on your list and make it happen. And I want to see pictures. I want to hear what you're going to do, when, and then send me pictures. I have a client right now that's in Iceland with her mom. She was with a group of friends, and it was her birthday over this time. So the friends went away, and then she's spending some more time just with her mom, doing just crazy stuff and fun. I mean, who the hell thinks of going to Iceland? And she's having a blast. So what is it that you really want to do or can do? Again, maybe it's just a day and you go to the park. Maybe you stay in bed all day. Or maybe it is a family vacation. So again, email me, sballard@growingforward.biz, or post here. Tell me what you're going to do when, or what you do regularly for you to rejuvenate, reset, so you can be the best you can be. Have a great week. Cheers.